General Korthal of the Zeridian Imperial Navy prided himself on commanding the galaxy's most elite military force. His crystalline exoskeleton gleamed under the war room's artificial lighting as he reviewed tactical reports with growing bewilderment. Across the holographic display table, Admiral Thexera of the Corvani fleet and Marshal Grixton of the Heptarch ground forces shared his confusion. "Explain to me again." Korthal's voice resonated through his translator with barely contained frustration. "How a single human unit penetrated our combined defensive lines." Intelligence Coordinator Veshti, a pale Etherian with oversized cranium, consulted her quantum datapad nervously. "Sir, the humans designated as Navy SEALs infiltrated through the Maelstrom Nebula." Marshal Grixton's 6 eyes widened in disbelief. "Impossible. The Maelstrom generates electromagnetic pulses that would fry any ship's electronics. The radiation alone would cook any organic being within hours. The humans use manual navigation and lead-line suits," Veshti continued. "They piloted their craft through 17 hours of continuous radiation storms and electromagnetic chaos. Our sensors couldn't track them because they were operating without any electronic systems." Admiral Thexera's gills fluttered with agitation. "Manual navigation through a Class 9 stellar phenomenon? That would require calculations beyond any organic mind's capability. They use slide rules and star charts, Admiral. Paper maps and mechanical instruments their ancestors developed centuries ago." The room fell silent except for the hum of life support systems. General Korthal's exoskeleton began developing stress fractures. "Show me the Arcturus station infiltration," he demanded. The holographic display shifted to show a massive space station orbiting a frozen world. "Station Arcturus, military research facility protected by a 200-kilometer perimeter of absolute zero space. Temperature, minus 273 degrees Celsius. Any known species would freeze solid instantly. The human unit called Delta Force performed a halo jump from the edge of the system," Veshti reported. "They free fell through space for 47 hours in primitive pressure suits, using gravitational calculations to land precisely on target." Marshal Grixton's armored plates rattled. "Free fall through absolute zero? For 2 days? Their suits had no heating systems, sir. They relied on body heat and chemical hand warmers. They called it roughing it." The display changed again, showing a volcanic world wreathed in toxic clouds. "The Sulfur Moon Incident," Veshti announced reluctantly. "Human Green Berets established a forward operating base on Brimstone 4. General Korthal examined the environmental readings with growing horror. Surface temperature, 800 degrees Celsius. Atmosphere, pure sulfuric acid. Seismic activity, constant magnitude 7 earthquakes. The humans built underground bunkers and operated there for 6 months, sir. They called it excellent training conditions and requested permission to bring their families for vacation." Admiral Thexera's gills had turned completely white. "What about the Void Walker mission?" The human unit Force Recon conducted operations in the Screaming Dark, the region of space where dark matter storms tear apart molecular bonds. "No known technology can maintain coherence there." "How?" Marshal Grixton whispered. "They used mechanical equipment and analog instruments. When their gear failed, they completed the mission using knives, rope, and what they called guts and determination. The after-action report listed the mission conditions as mildly challenging." The holographic display showed a parade of impossible environments. Neutron star surfaces where gravity would crush any normal being, plasma storms that would vaporize entire fleets, dimensional rifts that drove most species insane just to observe. "In each case," Veshti continued, "human special forces not only survived but completed their objectives. They operated in environments that would instantly kill our most protected soldiers in full environmental armor. General Corthal stood slowly, his exoskeleton creaking under stress. What makes them capable of such feats? According to our xenobiological analysis, sir, humans evolved on a Category 12 death world. They consider extreme environments challenging rather than lethal. Their special forces are selected specifically for their ability to thrive in conditions that would kill normal humans. The three military leaders exchanged glances of pure terror. Sir, Beshtii added quietly, there's more. These were their routine training exercises. We haven't seen them in actual combat conditions yet. Admiral Thexera's voice was barely a whisper. Cancel all offensive operations against human space. Sir? Send a diplomatic envoy instead, General Corthal ordered, his voice shaking. And make sure they understand we come in peace. Any species whose elite soldiers vacation in conditions that would annihilate our armies, we don't want to fight them. Marshal Grixton nodded vigorously. Perhaps we should ask them for training advice instead. The three generals looked at each other and shuddered. Humanity's special forces didn't just operate in impossible conditions. They thrived there.